While fans wait for CD Projekt RED to add who knows how many quality of life features to Cyberpunk 2077, modders have already been hard at work. A number of mods have cropped up that allow for a number of improvements, from vehicle handling to better inventory management. Due to the nature of the game's engine and the lack of proper modding tools, it is possible to run into issues, so always back up your saves. Without further ado, let's take a look at the best mods available. Cyber Tweaks engine. Quite a few mods require you to have the Cyber Tweaks engine installed, so it's a good idea to get that first. It also provides some nice fixes for issues like AVX crashes, and provides options for removing pedestrians and traffic, skipping the start menu, and enabling debug mode. You can even disable anti-aliasing just for the heck of it. Better vehicle handling. As the name indicates, this mod, which is more of an INI configuration file, tries to improve vehicle handling. Though it's a work in progress still, it offers some nice additions like bikes having better handbrakes so that you don't slide like crazy when cornering. If you've ever wanted to cruise through Night City and actually have some modicum of control while turning, this mod may help. Better minimap. Those who don't mind the vehicle handling will doubtless benefit from this. Better Minimap provides numerous options for improving the in-game minimap, from making it bigger and transparent to enabling a compass-only mode. You can also adjust the zoom level, from most zoomed in at low setting to the most zoomed out at ultra, to have a better view of your surroundings. Make sure that you have CP77 tools installed beforehand though. Alternate crowd behavior and other tweaks. Alternate crowd behavior and other tweaks won't instantly add personal routines to each random NPC, but it does increase their despawn timers to ensure that they don't immediately disappear when you walk away. It can also increase traffic on the roads and slightly improve enemy AI. Performance will vary depending on what you have enabled, so keep that in mind. Cyberpunk Autonomous Reshade True HDR. This mod doesn't offer real HDR by any means, but it does simulate Unreal Engine 4's true HDR tech to improve the overall color and visual effects. It may not be the most overt implementation, but lighting definitely feels more vibrant and shadows more pronounced. The effect, along with depth of field, can be toggled on and off in-game, so that you can compare the results for yourself. JB, the third-person mod. For all the customization that can be done in the character creator, it's still baffling that the third-person perspective isn't at least an option. This mod changes that, and does so rather decently when it comes to animations. Just don't pay too much attention to the length of V's arms. It's currently on version 7.0 and requires CyberEngine tweaks version 1.8.3 or later, but this is arguably the third-person mod to watch out for. Walk key on PC. Mods aren't always about revamping a feature for maximum quality of life. Sometimes you just need the simple things, like the ability to walk instead of running everywhere. The walk key on PC mod achieves in straightforward enough fashion. Just drag and drop the content into your game folder, and it also offers options for adjusting the overall speed. Enhanced controls. On top of offering walking in all directions, the Enhanced Controls mod also adds an option for slow driving, a dedicated dodge button, and even the ability to use the spacebar for accepting dialogue choices. Two different versions are offered, one binding certain buttons to the keyboard and the other binding them to mouse buttons, if yours has additional buttons that is. You can also remap any of the dedicated buttons for your own custom setting, though it's advised to follow the mod page's instructions for this. Better controls menu. It's not always obvious which key is responsible for what function, to say nothing of the lack of rebinding options in-game. The Better Controls menu mod seeks to mitigate this, allowing you to bind commands for different UI navigation, primary and secondary actions, slow walking, and even having a dedicated dodge button. However, as the mod author notes, in some sections certain keys still can't be bound freely. If you can work around that, then this mod may come in handy. Better Field of View slider. The Better Field of View slider does what it says. Along with changing the minimum FOV from 70 to 30, it raises the maximum from 100 to 150. It's also possible to adjust the FOV in steps of 1 instead of 5. Though having an FOV above 120 will result in models disappearing and even certain areas not loading, it's still an option for those who are dissatisfied with the current slider. Climate change. Sunny weather feeling out of place in Night City? Want the climate to match the morbidity of the future? The Climate Change mod is for you. It replaces the sun-drenched sky with a number of gloomy options, from smog and regular fog to overcast skies, and weather still cycles normally. You can even have clouds with a few beams of sunlight if things get too dark. Unfortunately, the mod doesn't provide great results in the Badlands, nor does it work in the northern parts of the city. Draw distance boost. This mod tweaks the INI file to boost draw distance, but fair warning beforehand. Some users have reported save corruption, and while not outright confirmed to be an issue, it's better to be safe than sorry. A small number of objects still disappear at certain distances, but otherwise, you should be able to peer across even greater distances than before with this mod. Cyber fashion. No, this isn't the transmogrification feature that you're looking for. Instead, Cyber Fashion offers more of a compendium for different clothes. Each has their own image and ID, which can be entered into the console command and obtained. It doesn't include iconic, legendary, or quest items, but it's great for those wanting a specific look without running all around the city to find it. In-game haircuts. Finally, a way to change hairstyles mid-game. It takes a bit of work though. Along with this mod, you'll need an editing program and need to modify your save file. Modify the corresponding line with the option you have in mind, and voila! You can even do this without relaunching the game. Oddly and sadly enough, this mod won't work for those who went completely bald from the outset. And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily, so make sure you don't miss them by subscribing. We appreciate your support, and we thank you for checking us out.